Hello, Sarah and David. Thank you for coming back to see me
Uh,
this week.
Hello.
I wanted to address how are we doing since we last talked, everyone.
I'm doing good, taking a little more time. I feel like we're both in a better headspace. Take some time individually and got to the mall, got a nice spa day with my friends, so that was nice.
Yeah, and I mean things have been better here, still doing treatments and everything like that, but all in all, I think that home life has definitely gotten better.
Okay, so kind of a reflection of both of what you all said. You're feeling a little more preserved, relaxed. Sarah, you got to enjoy
Mhm.
like some spa time with your friends, so that's a good, self-care activity and also getting that socialization piece out there and probably getting out of the home a little bit. And David, if you wanted to elaborate more, like you said, things are better at home.
I mean, just not as much fighting and not as much like hard feelings when issues come up.
Okay, so like better communication.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Or
great.
or at
That's
least
great to
not
hear.
as harsh communication.
Okay, okay, so some progress, it's not a 180 overnight, but definitely progress. Um, so I'm glad to hear that you both are doing much better from last time. That makes me really happy. I'd like to delve more into this today, with some structural family therapy. So, to kind of give you all an idea of what that's like, we're going to focus on these roles that you have together. I know, Sarah, in the past session we had, you identified yourself as kind of that caretaker for David. And
Mhm.
David, that puts you in the spot of the patient.
Yeah.
So, really, other than, the improved interactions that you all have embraced these last few days, what we're really wanting to achieve these next few sessions is to improve these roles even further, these relationships, support your mental health, both of yours in the process, and understand how each interaction and organization of these roles really influences everything, behavior patterns, such and so forth. So ultimately, it's about you, Sarah, being a sister to David, and David, you being a brother to your sister, instead of what's been previously characterized in your roles. So going forward, how does that sound for either of you?
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
I'm good with it.
Okay. So for whoever wants to go first, I'll leave that up to you all. Let's just remember to keep in mind, be kind, not interrupt each other when talking. I want to value both of your thoughts in the process, so go ahead with whoever.
I'm trying to.
Uh, yeah, just go ahead.
So I just feel it's been a lot better. Like he said, the communication has been better. I know I can get kind of snappish and stressed out because of the health demands, and but I just feel like we've done a lot better on that front, and uh, taking a little time has really helped out with that.
So you've noticed, like, maybe not quick to kind of maybe anger per se,
Hmm.
and you're able to talk about these things. I know David had previously also iterated that earlier. Um,
Hmm.
what have you noticed as far as like any boundaries for you? I know one of your ways of which like preserve that self-care aspect of yourself, you went and hung out with friends and did yourself a little spa day. Can you think of anything else that would help set up this better communication?
Kind of related to that, like just carving out time specifically for, I know we mentioned last time, having sibling time dedicated for us to just hang out and spend quality time. Having that kind of marked out versus personal time or friend time, I feel like that has really helped us both out a lot. And, with him being the patient, it's helped me be more patient with him.
I like how you reframe that, kind of like you value the significance of each relationship separately. but you've learned that through that is like a strength of, okay, like I've learned patience. He also probably has his patience of his own,
Mm,
and just really incorporating that to be a healthier relationship. I like that. That's really good
Yeah.
insight, Sarah.
And like with, us being upfront with our parents about how how the dynamic has really affected us as siblings. Um, and then they're finally setting up a in-home carer for me,
mm.
to help out so that, you know, Sarah can get out of the house and actually be her own person, and that, you know, we can actually start to restructure our lives as just siblings and not just a sick person and a carer.
Awesome.
So
So
much
like
better.
more, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
No, no, you're good. I was just saying, I was agreeing with him so much better.
So kind of concurring with that thought
Yeah.
process that David had. Right. Um, so it sounds like you both have really been helpful to learning like how you can achieve kind of that differentiation, which is just a fancy way of saying like you're separate from the family, but you're still involved in the family. So it's like a
Yeah.
little, you're more independent, you have your own interests, but then coming back together, when you want to spend time. So that's really great to hear. And I'm glad, you have a in-home care now, David, so
Yeah.
you can feel like that breath of relief and you won't have to take on as many responsibilities, Sarah.
So
That's
much easier.
awesome.
So much easier.
Sure. Um, so I'd like to kind of delve a little bit into that. Um, other than sibling time and carving out that time, Sarah, and you having a new caretaker, David,
Yeah.
what are
Yeah.
some other ways that can we can think of more specific even for the sibling time of setting those boundaries and really being, different roles.
Yeah. I mean, like when the carer is here, I don't want her to be helping me unless it's necessary. Because I feel like she needs to stop the mindset of being the carer for me.
Okay, so you want her to kind of like listen to what you need at the time, and you would still want to be an autonomous person that can take care of yourself. But like, if you need the help, you'll be like, okay,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
whatever her name is, you don't have to tell me, but I need your help with this, or you know, maybe setting a reminder to take your medicine on your phone
Mhm.
or whatever you have to set a timer on.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds really good. What about you, Sarah?
I would agree with that. I would say that helps a lot having another party involved to kind of shift some of the burden. And it is like a self-imposed burden. Obviously, we talked about that, but just having another party in there. I've been writing some to just like writing my thoughts out as the days go by, just to try and keep track of that and to kind of monitor that as it goes, because you can forget stuff that happens day to day and lose sight of the forest for the trees, so to speak. So I feel like that helps communicating when we're checking in with each other.
Gotcha. So like really journaling to process your thoughts, emotions, not like you said, getting lost in the forest, the trees, the weeds. Um, so I'm gonna definitely have this all in a list for you all. And something to do more going forward with the treatment plan, next session. I'm also gonna send you all a link, post treatment today of a worksheet on a genogram, which will kind of more characterize like your family system as a whole, like generation by generation, um, and like how that kind of influences everything. You guys can kind of visualize that, to kind of see too where you can even set more of those boundaries and those limitations and acceptable roles as siblings to parents and parents to siblings and vice versa. So before we end, Is there anything that you have for me as questions or concerns, or anything you want to leave off on for next session?
No, feeling good. Thank you for all your help.
No, I'm doing good.
Alrighty, well, I will see you all this time next Sunday. So until then, thank you all again. I'm glad to hear you guys are doing better, and I hope it continues.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.